Hello, hello. Some of you know my face very well from video. I was hoping today we would be back in the classroom, but we're not. We're still in the middle of this crazy pandemic. And this is History 202. I've had some of you for 201. Things will run effectively the same. There will be less like daily grades because the need is not there if I'm not virtual and I'm in the classroom with you. Okay. So just think of it that way. I was going to switch to Canvas and your syllabus says Canvas, but I think that's just a bad idea right now with us starting virtually. I feel like I was going to do it because I was going to be able to be hands-on with y'all and help you through Canvas because you're going to have that transition next year. And we can talk about transitioning if we want to once we get back into the swing of things and in the classroom where I can help you more. But so we're going to stay with Google Classroom. This is a Calhoun community college course. You get credit at Calhoun for this coursework. Okay. My job is to supply you the tools to get you to college credit. The course topic covers all topics from 1865 to present. And I'm so excited about teaching this content if you don't know this, I taught AP and dual enrollment together. This is my first year teaching dual enrollment by itself. And the content of this semester is my favorite. Okay. I don't particularly like what I call Birthing America, which is 201 content. I love some Cold War. So just FYI. So here are a list of things: Gilded Age, imperialism, progressives. I break it down in dates. I'm not too picky on dates. You know that if you've had me. Oops, I'm missing a little parentheses right there. World War II. We're going to do a Cold War era unit because the Cold War covers so many years that I want to take a look and just look and see what's that underlying issue for those years and then go back. So I think it'll work that way. There's a college level course. Expectations are high. Okay, you're going to have to do work. You're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to do a little bit outside the classroom. I don't ask a lot outside of the classroom because that's just me. So expected academic functions: reading texts at home, annotation, collaboration with partners and peers. That's going to be tech collaboration because y'all know with the pandemic, hopefully the United States will figure out how to get these vaccines out to everybody and life can go back to normal. Essay writing laid out. We do a lot of what I call XYABC writing. If you've been with me, it's easy, it's quick, it outlines your whole paper. If you haven't been with me, don't get scared. I'll walk you through it. They were able to do it virtually. And I'm going to be there when you start that. So analysis of primary and secondary sources, reading comprehension, note-taking skills. I love some mind maps, historical analysis skill set, timelines, presidential succession, and decade analysis. Attendance, it's imperative. Missed days will result in makeup work. And that's where I see the biggest issues because it steamrolls. The minute you miss one day and then you think, well, I will make up that day and not do the current day. And it just steamrolls out of control and like a big snowball going down a hill. So due dates are rarely adjusted. There will be, I didn't do as much last semester because I was virtual, not there in your head, saying this is due, this is due, this is due. Your due dates are going to be solid. You will get counted off for late work. Depends on what it is. So, but across the board, probably 5 points a day per meeting. So you're not going to get counted off for if you're on B day and an A day meets. Does that make sense? So anyway, rules. The biggest thing is I give you respect, and I expect respect back. I expect you to respect your classmates. I expect you to respect the classroom, as in, keeping it clean, not putting things in the floor, you're not gum and stuff underneath the desk. Like, go, get up and go throw it away. Being an adult, okay? I will trust you until you give me a reason not to. That's the way I work. I'm not going to create a reason to not trust you. Okay? So just remember that no cell phones. You're not allowed to have cell phones. It won't be as lenient. It's a little more lenient last semester because I was virtual. So we are going to still do a lot of turning in virtually because me dealing with a lot of papers is not very safe, but I don't know how the world works really in the classroom since I haven't been there. So we'll make our way through it. No food. No food. No food. No cheating. You cheat yourself. That's what it boils down to. Cheating goes both ways, letting someone borrow your paper. I just hate to see someone do that to themselves. And I just, you're both going to earn zeros. Plagiarism, especially copying and pasting from the internet. That's easy for me to find. Just flat zero. So try your best. That's the big thing. I'm all about, if you're going to try and you want to, turn in something to make it better again, and you've given it and you've learned, then I'm going to give you the grade that you deserve. So keep trying. Become a thinker. Think outside the box. That's kind of what this class is about, is thinking about history and respect to yourself and how history creates itself. I've been doing a lot of thinking about that lately with the world that we're living in right now. Cell phone policy. I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it to yourself. It is copied and pasted word for word from Decatur High School. This is their policy. This was sent from the school board, the central office. So there is no wiggle room in this. Okay. First instance, I'll mark you down. Second, conference with parents. Okay. So anyway, email me anytime. We are going to use Google Classroom. Don't worry about, I put Canvas, but I've changed my mind. Remind 101, I'm going to keep the same group. I'm going to remove those that are not in class, and then you'll need to add yourself. So I'll get you that information if you're new. If you need extra help, I will have the duty this year. Cooper is finally going to school, no preschool. So I've got to drop him off. I get to drop him off at 7:30. So I should still be in the classroom at 7:45. I like to kind of get my day settled. That's how I am. And I don't stay after. I like to go to activities, Decatur High activities, and things like that. And Cooper will have practice and stuff. Makeup work. My advice is just to do it as soon as possible, or do it, especially in the world we live in with technology. If you know you're going to be out, go ahead and do it. Okay. It gets really overwhelmed when you have a bunch to do and a bunch to go back to. Now, if you do, take one thing at a time. Don't look at it as a whole. Okay. The longer you wait, the less sympathy you're going to have for me to go dig up makeup work for you. Okay. Now there's not a whole lot of digging since we have electronics. NI now. D means day. So that's the day. Like in Google Classroom, we will start with day 1. Okay. I know that's kind of crazy for those of you that have been with 201, and I debated, but we're going to go back to day 1, week 1, because this is a different class. So I think it would be more confusing and harder to keep up with if we start from last semester. So know that D means day in I-Now, so that can give you the exact day to go look in Google Classroom for that work. I will not be able to remind you about makeup work. I have way over 180. I could probably have about 200 now because I have virtual students as well. One kid, Cooper, he is 6, going on 13, and he loves to hang out with teenagers. And one husband that I keep up with a house and a dog, Ruthie. Oh, yeah, she's going to come. We adopted a rescue dog last semester, and she's adorable. So I can't keep up with everything. I do my best, and I do a pretty good job, but I can make mistakes. I'm human, okay? So all it is, just be polite, be nice, ask me about it. We can talk about it. We can figure it out. Okay. I cannot urge you to check with the requirements for the top colleges you are wishing to attend as far as transfer credits. If you've taken 201 and you're now taking 202, almost all in-state colleges and almost all out-of-state, maybe not Ivy League, are going to take that sequence. It's called a sequence when you take 201 and 202. If you have a broken sequence, it's up to them. Like if you just have 202 or just have 201. If you go to a certain college, like I think Auburn wants you to have world history dual enrollment. I don't know that we offer that. Right now, I know it's been talked about that we're going to offer it. So, will it become elective? Yeah, it'll transfer as an elective. And you have to have electives, period. You have to pay for them. So this is a cheap way to get an elective if that's the case. But it's not, it may or may not be easier than golf you take as an elective. So if you're thinking, am I going into history or political science, this would be a great elective in college. But anyway, only they can give you the best answer to what you should be doing to reach your college goals. I can help you look on the internet if you ask me to. But calling an advisor at the college is going to be a lot more helpful than anything else you can do. All policies will be instituted. The grading policy, this comes from the school board. We talked to Calhoun. Here's Ruthie. We talked to Calhoun, and they didn't have any specifics. There's Ruthie. They didn't have any specifics, so we have adopted per central office the advanced diploma grading percentages. So summative is unit tests, projects, writing assignments, anything of that nature. And formative is classwork and homework. Okay, 70-30. So it's going to count a lot more with those summative assignments. Those are worth a lot more in I-Now. Cheating will not be tolerated in any shape or form. You're going to get what you put in. Okay, if you put in the work, you're going to know the material. You're going to pass. You're going to do well. If you don't put in the work and you slide it and you put it aside and you don't put it as a priority for whatever reason, because this is a college course, you need to put it as a priority, then you're not going to end up with what you wish. Here's my daily schedule. My classroom is used by Coach Whitmire and Coach Estes maybe during my planning. So let me know if you need to come see me during second block. I will, of course, meet you. I'm kind of in different places. I don't know how it's going to look. Last year, I was kind of always in the conference room. So just here's blended and quarantine expectations. These have been approved by Mrs. Russell, and they are going to be instituted. If you are blended or quarantined, then you need, if you go blended or go quarantine, which is pretty much the same thing, first notify me by email that you're quarantined or switch from traditional to blended or virtual, whatever. Communication is key. No big deal. Okay, you're going to complete all your work on time from Google Classroom. Put Canvas there again. Attend classes you would normally on your Chromebook. I use GoGuardian a lot because I like the chat feature of it. I will show you how to use the chat feature if you're new and do not know how to use that. And also be working on my class's activities. That's been a major problem with virtual kids. And I'm just going to throw it out there. Like if you're working on math during my class on GoGuardian, you got to switch. Okay? That's my class time. You're going to be better for it. Me grading all this late work, that's not fair to me. Okay. And you're going to be counted off. So I'm going to hold you accountable there. Also, I'll be available. I will keep it up while I'm teaching. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the lectures, maybe video myself while I lecture, or I may just continue the video lectures. I don't know. I'm just going to see what people are doing. I don't know what other people are doing. So if you're unable to attend class, you need to communicate with me prior to the day or of the day of your class by email. So, if you've got a doctor's appointment, no big deal. Just let me know. Check your email every day that you have my class, and probably not going to be doing daily videos anymore. I've got to figure out how that's all going to work. I did that because I was virtual, but now I'm going to be in the classroom, so daily videos not really going to be needed for majority of my students, but there's still going to be some blended in virtual, so I'll just have to see what I can do. I may do a daily video every day for those that are not traditional. But check your email. Sign up for the Remind 101 so you get the updates. Attend Google Meets as they're set up by Miss Mueller. So, I like small groups because I think you're more comfortable in small groups. So I tend to do small groups virtually. So when they're set up, you've got to be there. Okay. If a time doesn't work for you, all you have to do is talk to me. Dual enrollment is exempt from all Alabama State Department of Education virtual time limitations. Mouthful. So you are expected to do all the work. There will be no exemptions. Last semester, I mistakenly thought that it applied to dual enrollment, and it was brought to my attention by administration and central office that it is not. So you have to do everything that is assigned. What you got? Here's my little family from like a year ago, prior to quarantine. I will be dieting when I come back too. So, here's my information. Here's my email. I give my phone number out if you need it. Whatever is the easiest way for you to communicate with me. That is what we want. Now, okay. So, in order for me to know that you watched this video, because it is kind of important, here's the Google Classroom code. The new one. KPRIW6T. KPRIW6T. So by you, and you can jot this down, you don't have to log in right now. By you adding yourself to this classroom, you will get the participation points for the video today, because today, this is the video for today, the introduction of class. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up. I will tell more. Those of you that are new, you'll get to know me. Things will go great. And I can't wait to see you, even though we'll all be masked.